All right, guys, let's dive in and talk about Etsy ads. I get a lot of questions about Etsy ads. Should I run them? Shouldn't I run them? How to run them? How to manage them? All the things. So I'm going to dive into all that today, and we're going to go through it. And after this video, you're going to have a pretty good idea of everything Etsy ads. So let's dive in. You see my cool little graphic here. I love this retro vibe look. So if you're listening to this, there's a cool retro Etsy ads keys to success thumbnail. Anyways, so here's what we're going to discuss today. All the things, if I can move this stinking thing out of the way. All right, so let's dive in and talk about this a little bit more. So first and foremost, here's some keys to success I want to go through. First is don't start too early. So a lot of people do this. They start Etsy ads right away after opening their shop because they see that little button that's like, hey, turn these ads on. And then you immediately think like, okay, I could turn these ads on and immediately get sales. And it doesn't work like that. It's not free money. It's not like winning the lottery for free. So what ends up happening is you haven't figured out Etsy yet. You haven't mastered SEO. You don't have your listing set up appropriately. You don't have your shop set up appropriately. So you're kind of, you're trying to get the horse in front of the cart, if I could say that. And then what ends up happening is you still don't make sales, and you are spending more money, and you're not making sales. So it's double the frustration. So you're going to get PO'd a lot faster, frustrated a lot faster, and quit a lot faster. What you need to do is focus on building out your product catalog, figuring out the best keywords, the SEO, figuring out your niche, your target audience, and trying to serve them as best as you can, and really trying to get organic sales first to prove your concept first. If you can't get organic sales, it's going to be very, very unlikely that you're going to get paid advertising sales, because if you can't get them organically, something's missing, something's off. Now, down the road, if you are getting organic sales and you have new products and new product line that you want to test out with ads, that makes a lot more sense because you already kind of have things figured out. But early on, you don't have things figured out. So you're kind of doing a little bit too fast. So just make sure you're focusing, at least for the first, at least 6 months, a year maybe, to figure it out, to see if you can get organic sales first before you start throwing money at this thing. Because a lot of people just don't have a lot of money anyways. And I know to get that itchy finger to pull the trigger and start ads, thinking that's going to help your situation, it's only going to hurt it. All right, so with that being said, with my soapbox over with ads, because I really want you guys to be successful when you do this, is how do you run ads, right? How do you turn these things on? Well, if you go into your Etsy shop and you go into the marketing tab and you go into Etsy ads, then you'll see a toggle. Yours will look a little bit different because I'm already running ads, but you'll see a toggle there that has a button that says turn Etsy ads on and then manage your budget. And you can select your budget. Usually they give you a small budget at first, and then they'll up it if you run ads for a certain period of time, they'll up the budget as far as how much you can run per day. And I think it maxes out at $250 a day. So, but it varies on how much you're spending. So basically you toggle that on, and then you can select which listings or all of your listings to advertise. And then from there, you can manage your budget anytime you want. They have this Etsy ads strategy that basically if you turn this to your budget's $25, basically they're saying that it's going to be more efficient, more optimized. Again, don't feel the need to do that. $25 a day is a lot of freaking money. So I wouldn't do that, especially not early on, especially if you don't have a lot of listings. So don't let them kind of trick you into spending a lot more money. They will still try to make the ads as efficient as possible for you because they want you to keep spending money with the platform. So you can optimize a lot before you get to this point. So if you see that, I would ignore it, especially early on. And then you'll see you can pause your Etsy ads. So that's basically the short and sweet of it. To have your listings eventually with the ads data here, where you can kind of see, and you can do your last 30 days, yesterday, this month, last month. You can sort by your sections that you're advertising. You can see which listings are advertised, not advertised, active, not active. So you can kind of see, pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Then they have your settings tab, which you can pause your ads, manage your budget, and then you have the orders tab of anyone that's ordered from your ads. So that's pretty much the short and sweet of how to run ads. Now, here's a couple of tips. These are going to be really important to you. So the first is, don't have wild budget swings. So a lot of people run ads, they'll do $1 a day, they don't get any sales. They'll in 2 days they'll change to $5, or then change to $20, and then they'll freak out because they're not getting sales, and they'll put it back down to $1. That's pretty much the same thing as going in and putting up a listing and then changing the keywords in your title the next day, changing your tags 2 days later, changing the pricing 3 days later. It causes the same thing. It causes the algorithm to reanalyze the listing, try to reindex, and try to put it out there to an audience that they think it'll buy. What ends up happening is it's going to hurt performance temporarily. And if you keep doing it, it's going to keep trying to reindex and try to find the audience. So it's going to keep pushing it back. And it's going to be hard to get it to perform because you're just making too many changes a lot faster. So you have to make the change and then ride with it. Usually I like to manage my stuff on a 30-day basis. So the next point is, when I advertise, I like to advertise all the listings. So just start with all the listings first in your shop, because a lot of people will be selected like, okay, I only want to do these certain listings, or if you do eventually have bestsellers, I only want to do the best sellers. What ends up happening is you don't know how different listings are going to perform. You may have listings that underperform organically and perform well when advertised. And you may have listings that perform well when not advertised, but when you advertise them, they don't perform well. So you just really don't know. And you may have a lot of things in between. So I like to just start with everything, see how it's going to do, and then from there, manage it on a 30-day basis. So that's kind of the next part of managing it. How do you manage your ads once you have them up there? So this is really kind of the key to success. And if you want more, like a really in-depth, detailed breakdown on this, inside my Etsy Games VIP program, if you could go here, there's a link below. You can try this out, or you can get access to this. Go to the classroom. There's an Etsy Success Roadmap with lots of courses in here, and I have a whole course on leveraging ads for maximum visibility. And then there's a Etsy Ads Performance Sheet in here, which you can actually type in the numbers and see kind of how your ads are performing, and it tells you what to do with them or what problems there could be. So that's really cool. Lots of other courses in there. As well as you can get help anytime with your shop. I help you with SEO, with trends, one-on-one coaching calls, group coaching calls, all that good stuff. So that's below if you want to take advantage of that. So here's how you manage your ads, kind of the short and sweet version of this. So like I said, on a 30-day basis, you want to manage it. So we want to go in here and look at this every 30 days. Again, we don't want to make changes too fast. So we're going to pick a budget and we're going to ride with it for 30 days. After 30 days, we're going to come in here and look at what is happening. So usually what I like to do is sort by return on ad spend or overall budget spend. Usually more so than not is just overall budget spend. And then I see to the right where we are at with return on ad spend, or ROAS. So what I do is I have a number in my mind. And these numbers, I just restarted these ads again to show you this. So these numbers are probably not as accurate as they should be because I just started this. But anyways, so the overall ad spend in 30 days is like, so have a number in mind, know your profit margin, know what you're willing to spend before you get a sale. So my number is usually, according to my profit margins, it's usually around, I think it's around like $8. So if I hit that number in 30 days and I don't get a sale, then I'll consider turning my ad off. Or if I get like one sale, then I'll leave it on. So it really just kind of depends. So know your budget, know what you can spend per listing, before you turn it off. And then what I do is you go in here, and if I'm getting a lot of budget, I'll just toggle the ads off that I don't think are performing well. And I do that every 30 days. And that's how you start to get your winners, because you're managing it on a 30-day basis. So again, you can click on spend here. So now it's 0. If you click it again, it'll be the top spenders. And then it has all this stuff. So views, clicks, click rate. So you can kind of tell from these stats, and I dive into this more in that course, what is actually going on. Just like organically, if you go into your stats for each listing, you can kind of tell what's going on from the visits and, from the visits and how long it's been up and all that stuff. So that's that's sorting by budget and return on ad spend, turn off underperforming listings. The last one is checking keywords, and this is a big one. This is a really important one. So you can go into your listings. So if I go into any of these listings, I can kind of see the in-depth stats on this, but more importantly, you can see the targeted keywords. So this only has one. Sometimes the longer these listings are up, you're going to have more than one. Sometimes you'll have 10, 15, 20 targeted keywords. What you really want to look at is, are those targeted keywords accurate to what you're selling? Sometimes you'll have some weird stuff. You'll have like baby tank top. And I'm like, this is an adult workout tank top. This is definitely not a baby tank top. So I do not want that to show up in search and have a keyword tied to it that it's going to try and show people that are looking for baby tank top. So what you do is you go through all your keywords, and the ones that aren't accurate, you toggle them off, right? So this may be something that you want to do. If you have listings that are eating up a lot of your budget that aren't selling, maybe you want to do this first. Look at the targeted keywords and see if that's off. If that's substantially off, toggle the ones off that don't apply, and then let it run another 30 days and see if that helps the performance or not. So this is one of the things that we can actually control, that we can physically control when it comes to our ad performance. We used to be able to, back in the day, years ago, we could control a lot more as far as like clicks, cost per click. We could get pretty granular with it, but Etsy took that functionality away. I think it's because a lot of people weren't as efficient. They were changing stuff that they shouldn't have changed and being a little bit too knee-jerk. So overall, it was making overall performance dip. So with their AI and more of their control, I think they think that they can do better. Who knows? I'm not going to get into all of that. But that's it, guys. That's how I would manage your ads. Again, these are most important to least important. Again, don't start too early. Make sure you know what you're doing. Your shop is rolling. You're getting organic sales, and then dabble in Etsy ads. So hopefully that helps you guys out. If you decide to start running Etsy ads again, if you want to pop over to the Etsy Games VIP program and get additional help with this, I'll certainly be able to talk you through this and give you some tips and some more insight on this to help you if you do start to run Etsy ads so you can get the most bang for your buck. But that is it. Hopefully it helps you guys out. I'll be back soon with some more good stuff for you guys.